Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another exciting edition of the Savage Wrestling Podcast. I'm freaking out because I thought that I had everything ready to go. I now officially have everything ready to go. Today, it is your post Smackdown review. I was there live in the crowd, and I have a lot to say. But that's not all. Tonight it's also Backlash, so hopefully James has some time. He's a little busy with shit he's got to do over the phone. So he'll be joining us at some point in time, but for now, you are stuck with me, you little shitheads. But without further ado, let's get into it. Let's talk about it. Friday Night Smackdown emanated from the Wright State Nutter Center. Last night, Friday, May 9th, 2025, and I have to be honest with you. Gonna be honest with you. This show was a little boring. Not gonna lie, it was very, very boring, if you ask me. I'm kind of stalling here because I'm trying to get the Smackdown results so I can refresh my memory, because I'm going to be honest with you, I was a little high. I was very high last night. Okay, so I do remember we started off with the tag team match, which I thought was actually kind of surprising. I was like, okay, starting off with the hot issue. Got to see Jacob Fatu. That was really good. But I'm going to be honest with you. The crowds in Dayton really disappoint me every time that I go to a live show. Because they're quiet, they're joking, they're not reacting to anything and everybody. Like, Jacob got an okay pop, but it wasn't what I thought he would get. Like me and my uncle loves hits of Jacob Fatu. He got a Jacob Fatu t-shirt, and I'll get into the merchandise selection here in a minute because I gotta go off. Yeah. So let's go ahead and start from the beginning. So for those of you that know me, I am a huge WCW Monday Nitro fan, which is why you see my logo right now. You'll see my pretty face here in a minute because I've got some shit to show y'all. But I think it was like a couple of weeks ago where I told where I told James it was either on the podcast or on camera that I don't think I could continue watching WCW because I'm getting tired of the NWO. Well, I finally decided, fuck it, I've got time on my hands, and sat down and got caught up on every single Monday Nitro from the time that I stopped, which was after Super Brawl 7, to just this past Monday Nitro. I'm officially all caught up. Next week, it's a go home show for a pay per view that I'm quite frankly not excited with. And I'll tell you the main event for that pay per view. It is Roddy Piper, who had probably one of the funniest lines in one of his promos. Ric Flair and Kevin Green taking on Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, and Six of the NWO. Now, the reason why this match is kind of gets a lot of, I guess, heat is because of the promos leading up to it. Kevin Nash cut one hell of a promo that said that when I was getting into the business, I was looking around and saw the potholes you guys left in the business, and yeah, it was nasty because I guess Flair and Piper didn't think that Six was a big enough talent to be in the main event. And that was just them flexing their, but what about the old guys card. Not really excited for that match, but leading up to it, Roddy Piper cut probably one of the funniest promos, and I don't think he meant for it to be funny. And the promo, he was talking about Eric Bischoff, and he was like, "We got Eric Bischoff over here standing around like I'm too sexy for Dennis Rodman, too sexy for Pee Wee Herman." It was one of the funniest things I've ever fucking seen. Piper was on his shit in '97, but that's not why we're here. Let's just continue. But I so speaking of Nitro, I ended up ordering 2 books yesterday. They'll be signed and personalized. Um, I actually have the Nitro book by Guy Evans. This is the first edition Nitro book. The one that I have coming is the 2021 expanded edition, which has 4 additional chapters, a bunch of extra words, and a couple of more of an image selection, an image section, some extra like backstage stuff. And I ordered that one, and then I ordered Guy Evans's new book, Beyond Nitro, which is what has been WCW's lasting impact and what happened beyond them closing the doors on that fateful day in 2001. Now, the reason why I bring this up is because there's a game shop, not maybe 2 towns over, called Huber Heights. There's one called Vaxxin Videos, and it's exactly what you would think it is. Specializes in like pop culture. You know, they've got Funko Pops galore in there. It's almost overwhelming. But they've also got like, your retro video games, retro video game consoles like this PlayStation 1 here. As you can tell, there's, my PlayStation 1 games that are just sitting there and chilling, my Alter Bridge shit. But anyways, they specialize a lot in stuff like that, and I got curious to see if they had any wrestling games. Of course they do. They have the old school Smackdown versus Raw. But that's not what my little mind was looking for. I was looking for anything and everything WCW. And I found it. Now, I didn't purchase it, so I can't show you. But I found WCW Nitro, WCW Mayhem, WCW versus NWO Thunder. I could have gotten that title wrong. And then WCW Backstage Assault. I think that there were 4 total PlayStation 1 games. Again, you can go ahead and roast me in the comment sections. I don't care. Hold on. But I have to say they were for a decent price. I just didn't want to spend almost $40. And at the same time, I also had to buy some merch and whatnot, and we'll get to that in a minute. But I will be getting my hands on some WCW history for such a low price. And I have to be honest with you guys, I know what you're thinking. Why are you going to waste your hard earned money on something trivial like that? Because if you think about it, I'd rather pay $40 to have something that was a part of WCW's history instead of paying an arm and a leg for it. Let's be real. Let's be real. Okay. Here, I'll say this. I'd rather spend $40 on like 5 games that are a part of history than $70 for a 3 action figure set of Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, and Hollywood Hulk Hogan, because that's what WWE is shilling out right now as part of their Ultimate Edition, is the NWO. I've seen it at Walmart, and every time I'm half tempted to buy it, and then I look at the price tag and go, why do I want this? But anyways, enough talk about WCW. Let's get to SmackDown. So we get to the venue. It's honestly, I have to give credit where credit's due. The people that were sitting in front of me were grown ass adults. The person sitting behind me was a grown ass adult with his family. So I didn't have to sit in front of some stinky people. But I'm going to be honest with you. I smelled them. I couldn't locate them. And at the same time, unfortunately, I was not able to get any video of me spraying anyone with deodorant because they wouldn't allow the deodorant in the building. So don't blame me. Blame Nutter Center security because you can't have that. It's prohibited. But you know what's not prohibited?
Fat!
Weed pens. So here I am standing in line, and they go, items that are prohibited for today. Pets, e-cigarettes, that includes electronic vapes or anything of the sort. They could be taken by security. So I was like, fuck. I'm about to sit through a 3-hour SmackDown, and I'm going to be annoyed. Luckily, I was able to smuggle it in. We were making our way to our seats. I looked at the merch table and I said, okay, well, everybody's going to go get their shit, get everything that they need to do within a small radius of getting their merchandise and then getting their food. So I was hungry. My uncle was hungry. We got food first. I have some stats for each and every one of you today because I sent James some shit. So for what we got, it was chicken tenders and fries. You got 3 chicken tenders and a basket of fries. Not really a basket full, just kind of like a scoop full, and then whatever lands in the basket, there you go. Chicken tenders and fries, those were $12 a piece. Highest alcohol, which I don't drink, was $10, and a fountain soda was $6. So for a grand total of almost $30, you could eat at the venue. So, and here's the thing: I didn't really feel like eating at like a McDonald's or anywhere else because, quite frankly, I can eat at McDonald's anywhere else. But my uncle was hungry; he's old. Yada yada yada. So in the meantime, we're standing in line for the merch table because I really want to get a shirt. My uncle really wants to get a Jacob 52 shirt just in case they sell out. And I'm texting my best friend Jonty, who was also going to be there, trying to figure out where he's at. We finally meet up, and we're all standing in line, just cutting up the shit. And we finally get to the merch table. Well, the closer we get to the merch table, the closer I realize that this merch section sucks. Sorry. Sorry, WWE. You really need to base your online sales off of what people actually want. Because I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But the shirts that you had this week, I mean, even the John Cena shirt, I didn't want just because I don't like the design. I think it looks stupid. It's for the kids, let's be honest. But there was no Penta. There was no Penta t-shirt. No Karen Cross t-shirt. One very old Jey Uso t-shirt. A Dayton Nightmare shirt for Cody. An Randy t-shirt. An Alexis Bliss t-shirt, which instantly tipped me off that she was going to be there. That was kind of confirmed. Um, There was an Austin 316 t-shirt that is kind of with like blood print. I will actually show you guys here in a minute because I'm wearing it. Um, I already said the Jacob Fatu shirt, which I'm not really a big fan of the all gas no brakes. I just kind of wanted the white Samoan werewolf with the white eyes as kind of like a tank top because it's getting hot. It's getting warmer out here in Ohio, and I'd like to really just start wearing tank tops outside. So, because quite frankly, I don't give a fuck if I'm 125 pounds and nothing. I'd still like to make sure that everybody knows that I am in decent enough shape. But yeah, so this is all the stuff that I bought, ladies and gentlemen. And there was one thing in particular that I wish that I would have bought because I personally don't like getting autographs. But my dumbass bought an official program. I'm just gonna flip through it. This is basically, you know, um, basically where you can go to events and shit and get your fucking autographs. Now this is the point where I felt like I lost money. They're no longer here. Cedric Alexander's no longer here. I don't know about Ashanti Adonis. Um, no longer here. I don't even think Tegan Knox is here. They're gone. They were just in New Japan. Blair Davenport's gone. Odyssey Jones is gone. Baron Corbin's gone. I mean, there's just a lot of people that Indy Hartwell, she's gone. There's just a lot of people in this thing that are no longer in the company. I mean, we just saw it. There's Karrion Kross. He's all the way dead ass in the middle. But yeah, your main event guys that are still in the company, they all got centerfolds. But I don't think there was a CM Punk one. Now I think about it. There's Roman. Rhea Ripley. People were gooning over her, even though there he is. There's CM Punk. But yeah, I got an official program. And of course, if you know me, you know I love my beanies. CM Punk beanie. And then the creme de la creme. The Austin 316 blood print t-shirt. Here you go. Let me figure this out. Blood print t-shirt. As you can tell, it says Austin 316. And then on the back, how about you stop calling me fat, fucker? And then, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this or not. As you can tell, on the back, it's just a bloody Stone Cold Steve Austin. Muted my mic here. I'm going to be honest. I spent, so the Jacob Fatu shirt was, the Jacob Fatu and the Stone Cold shirt were both 40 apiece. The program was about, I think, 10. And then No, I think it was 20 because I ended up paying $100 the first time around for all of that, for all that nonsense. And then I went back to the merch table after the show and saw the CM Punk beanie. That was $30. So all in all, I spent maybe 150. Well, actually, I can't say that I spent 150. My bank says that I spent 150, but also I bought my uncle didn't realize that it was cashless, so I paid for the food and paid for the merch, but he ended up paying me back for the shirt. So yeah, so without further ado, let's get into this goddamn show. So we kick off. There was a dark match, but I was busy getting um, I was busy of being in the process of getting merch. Sorry, I'm in the process of trying to get this article up. James, if you can hear the sound of my voice, I need you to pull up Smackdown for me because my Xbox is being stupid and it's not allowing me to pull up CBS Sports so I can actually watch this shit. Okay. All right. I got it. Never mind. So here's what happened. LA Knight and Damian Priest defeated Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa. After Knight hits Sikoa with the BFT. Post-match, Fatu laid out his opponents before Drew McIntyre, to the shock of everybody in the crowd, hit him with a Claymore kick. McIntyre raised the United States title while standing over his Backlash foes. I have to be honest with you. I was kind of half paying attention to this match. No disrespect to Jacob Fatu, but my best friend was going through some shit, and I wanted to make sure that he was okay first. He ends up getting up after this match because everybody wanted to see Jacob. Nobody really gave a fuck about Zelina Vega. I'm going to tell you exactly what happened. All right. So that match ends, and they go to the commercial breaks and shit, and people are already getting up and walking out. So by the time Chelsea Green's in the ring and people are leaving, and I'm just like, you know what, I'm gonna stay. I already got all my shit. Not gonna be disrespectful. Zelina Vega comes out. She didn't really get much of a pop. I don't think Dayton I don't think anybody really likes Zelina Vega. I think they were more for Chelsea Green. So then Zelina Vega, I saw that they announced that there was going to be a tag team match with Chelsea Green and Piper Niven versus Zelina Vega and a partner of her choosing. So people are leaving in droves to go use the restroom, and I'm going to be honest with you, the restrooms, I never piss in public, and I'm never pissing in public ever again. I felt like everybody was just trying to get in and out, but they were also at the same time I think some people just couldn't hold it and were probably eventually going to piss on the floor. But so I get back to my seat and people are still leaving. Zelina Vega comes out, and then the surprise of the night that was already reported that she was in the building. Alexa Bliss returns to her hometown crowd. The crowd goes banana. The crowd goes banana, whip-de-fucking-do. Then we get Charlotte Flair, and I instantly tuned her out because I don't like Charlotte, and I don't like her dad. Fuck them both. I found it apropos that she literally said, "Boo me one more time and I'm gonna leave." So I said, "Boo, bye, bitch." But so this is where I got to bring up some things. Okay, so I didn't realize that there was a whole entire family that had bought like the last like 4 seats in my section that had still needed to be filled up. And I'm sitting here texting John Tank like, "Hey, buddy, if anybody over there stinks and you can't handle it, there's a couple empty seats. I don't think they've made it here. I don't know if they're gonna make it here, but if they make it here, we'll just be like, hey, my bad, this is my friend. You guys can have the seats that you paid for. We were just, kind of just chilling and shit." But there was a family of, I think, about four, a dad and like three of his kids. Handful, if you ask me. Well, we get Jade Cargill coming out after that, after Charlotte gets ready to leave. I noticed that she was just kind of standing there and not actually like leaving. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess someone's coming out. Then it was Jade. Then we got a match between Jade and Nia Jax for the #1 contenders spot for the women's championship. And of course, the shenanigans were aplenty as Nia Jax defeats Jade Cargill via pinfall with a bonsai drop. She's the new #1 contender. Tiffany Stratton and Naomi both interfered during this match. Of course, the referee didn't see it, so Nia Jax defeats Jade Cargill. Whoop-de fucking do. I literally said to the guy in front of me, because he was like, I don't really fucking like this Nia Jax bitch, and I said, yeah, I'm not really excited to see Nia Jax Tiffany Stratton Part 5. So instantly at this point, I'm defeated. I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. This show's about to be an hour and a half long. And so far, I'm not really seeing anything that's piquing my interest. So then, Street Profits come out. They cut a promo. And they basically say that we tore the house down a couple of weeks ago. Wasn't last week. Just letting you know, Montez, it was not last week. It was 2 weeks ago. Last week, you guys weren't even on the show rehabbing injuries. So, Street Profits come out. They cut a alright to decent promo. No reaction. And then they do the classic, is there anybody in the back that thinks that they've got what it takes to take these belts from us? And then Fraxium's music hits. John Tay and I both look at each other. I'm up out of my seat. You know how I am with Fraxium. I absolutely love them. I was able to actually record a couple of things, because I'm going to be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen, when I go to an event, I don't like being on my phone. I don't like live streaming it to my followers or to whoever. That shit seems illegal to me, because it is illegal. Because it says as soon as you walk into another center, you are not permitted to record. So to all those people that were sitting around me with their phones out and live streaming the event, fuck you. I'm so sick of people being on their phones all the fucking time. Like, if I go to an event, I pay my hard-earned money, I'm going to have a good time. Like, if I want to be on my phone, I'd rather just be at home. Rather just chill at home and be on my phone, not just go out in public and be on my phone. But this tag team match made me go through all the emotions. All the emotions. This was, in my opinion, match of the night. This was 5 stars this was a 5-star match in my opinion, and you can't tell me otherwise. You cannot sit here and tell me otherwise. Fraxium and Street Profits tore down the house. I absolutely love that Fraxium got the win, despite the Street Profits being injured. Now I need to see a rematch for the belts. See if WWE does the unthinkable and has the Street Profits drop to Fraxium. But I have to say, man, or ladies and gentlemen, I know James is probably listening somewhere. I have to say, this was a full circle moment. I've been singing the praises of Fraxium for over a year and a half now, since last year's NXT since before NXT Stand and Deliver, when they were officially a tag team, I was more of an Nathan Frazier fan than anything. But once they became a tag team and I was watching NXT on a week-to-week basis and I watched them grow, I was like, you know what? These dogs got something. These dogs got something. And I stand on business. So I think we got like a couple of backstage segments that I didn't really care about because CBS Sports really didn't care about it either. And then we got Aleister Black defeating Carmelo Hayes with a small package, which I thought was okay. He hits Miz with the Black Mass kick afterwards. Not too shabby. Now this match woke the crowd up. I'm not gonna lie, because at this point after the tag team match, the crowd was a little bit gassed, and I don't think they were able to give Aleister Black and Carmelo Hayes their proper energy. So that kind of sucks. But also at the same time, I think Carmelo Hayes just really needs to drop the Miz so I can stop hearing I'm the Miz, he's Carmelo Hayes, and we're awesome. I literally said out loud as soon as Miz said that. The guys in front of me, they were talking, and I was like, I absolutely hate that fucking name. It is so fucking retarded. Can't wait for Carmelo to turn on him. Next. So this tag team match, Andrade with Rey Fenix versus Angel and Berto, defeat them via pinfall after Andrade hit the message on Berto. They're really playing up the Latin American talent after the AAA acquisition, much to everybody in my section's chagrin. They weren't really digging it. They were digging it at the end because they had the crowd on the palm of their hands. The chants were out in full force here. They were also out in full force with Fraxium and Street Profits. I forgot to mention that. But hearing the chants were really annoying. Oh, and also I'm gonna let y'all know, if I go to a live event and y'all start wooing for no apparent reason, I'm walking out. I'm getting tired of it. I'm getting tired of hearing the woo, 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 woo. He's fat. Are we just a bunch of goddamn fucking birds? Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Woo! Sick of it. You fucking mark! Fuck. Sorry. Fuck Charlotte Flair and fuck her daddy, too. Sick of it. Tired of the Flairs. Done with it. So then we get to the meat and potatoes of the matter. John Cena comes out, cuts a promo, says this match at Backlash for Randy Orton is going to be like his 2006 drug test, a failure. What? He said a failure. What? Okay. I'm going to be honest here. I can't believe this is true. But this Cena heel turn is a bust. The live crowd for the majority was not having any of this John Cena heel turn. They were cheering. There weren't as many boos. I didn't really see the television copy, but there were not a whole lot of boos until that drug test comment. So I personally think the WWE just needs to drop the Cena heel turn The live crowd ain't having it. I think they were into it in the beginning, and now they're just like, well, it's John Cena. He's always been a babyface. Might as well just switch him back. So, all right, so James is officially done with his nonsense and all that shebang. And I'll introduce him here in a minute. Let me finish getting through SmackDown, and then James could talk about it because he was probably watching on the television.
You what?
Yeah, you gotta wait. You gotta wait. So, anyways, John Cena cuts that promo. Then a guy in a hoodie comes out, tries to RKO Cena. He gets in AA for his troubles, I'm pretty sure. But that wasn't it. It was all a ruse. And I knew that it was a ruse because the guy that was portraying Randy Orton had good old chicken legs. I don't know who it was. It was probably Miles Bourne or somebody. I don't know. They were in a mask. Well, not like a lucha mask. They had like a COVID mask on and a hoodie. Went to go RKO John Cena. John Cena was like, not 3 weeks in a row, not happening. But Nene said Randy Orton and hits John Cena with the RKO. Randy picks up the belt, does his little pose, and I got the fuck out of Dodge. Me and my uncle wanted to get out of the building early so we could try to see if we could beat parking. That didn't happen. There was almost a fight in front of us. We didn't get out of the parking lot until almost 11:45, and then didn't get back home until around 1 o'clock because my uncle took the long way home, which isn't a problem. It gave me a moment to listen to JD for 5 minutes, and then he was instantly negative, and I turned it off. But ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, he's my co-host and yours, James Wood Jr., everybody.
He's back! I'm here. I was going to play
Oh
this.
my God, who the hell cares?
I would have kept going. I would have purposely kept going if you would have did that.
Yeah!
I'm here, everyone. I'm here. Oh. So, Aaron.
What's up?
I heard half your SmackDown shit, so how was it? The only thing I heard was the matches, and I had to like get up and like talk to some people on the phone.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
I heard it was boring. I remember that part.
I'm looking at this list. The first match really didn't deliver. Right. Like I thought it would. It was the tag match. I mean, Drew McIntyre coming out at the end was great.
All right.
Oh, okay. So I also forgot to mention that whoever was the bald-headed son of a bitch that threw the plastic beer can at John Cena, you're a bitch. You're a bitch. Like, what did you expect was going to happen, idiot? I think he ended up getting escorted out.
It was this guy.
What?
Yeah, it definitely wasn't. It was a ball fucker. Because if you watch,
I tell you that some bitch John Cena think he's a good heel. I was a better heel than him.
Okay, that's Stone Cold was the in between, was the tweener his entire career.
At least
until Vince actually was like, "Fuck it, we're turning you heel."
At least Stone Cold didn't do that fucking face Cena does. Look like he has a shit. I'm angry. And I do agree with you. About the whole heel thing. I flat out said it's gonna fucking fail. I remember when I said
There's
that.
too many people that still support Cena, no matter if he's a good guy or a bad guy, and they will cheer for him. They will
I
cheer
don't
for
know.
him when he comes out, but when he says something out of pocket like he did last night, they'll boo, and then they'll go like, "Oh my God, John Cena! Oh my God!" It's
Do you think
just
the reason they cheer for John Cena is the new attitude? Maybe, like, he doesn't have a new look, doesn't have a new theme song. No one
no.
knows.
It's because it's John Cena, and he graced everybody. He graced everybody with Dayton. He graced everybody in Dayton with his presence for one final time. So of course they're gonna cheer. This whole John Cena retiring at the end of the year, and we're also gonna have him turn heel. It's just not working, in my opinion. Like this is the least excited I have ever been for any wrestling show in a long time.
Here, let me fix this. If I was the booker, I could have made Cody Rhodes a heel, made Cena a babyface, no matter what. Come attack me, fuckers. I could have had Cody just turn heel, not just turn Cena heel. But no. Triple H and The Rock have to fight backstage on what the fuck's going on at each show.
But yeah, I will say this SmackDown live show compared to other shows that I've seen in another center, this one was extremely boring. And I got to see AEW at the start of their decline. At the start of the, oh man, here we go. Here comes Chris Jericho. Oh boy, what do you do?
And it's not been Chris Jericho so far this time.
No, I'm just talking about when I was seeing it. He was on his shit. I think that was in like 2023 was the last time I saw an AEW show.
Yeah, I know, but they were getting what I was saying is they were getting their ratings a little bit up until the Young Bucks came back.
Well, I know that.
I'm just saying. Jericho wasn't the worst one.
But yeah, the crowd for the most part couldn't care less. I think that they were just like, "Oh wow, WWE's coming to town. Might as well just buy a ticket."
That's how the crowd was when I went to Dayton one time when Jey Uso wasn't a world champion or Intercontinental champion yet. It was around that time that Jey Uso walked out on the bloodline, if I remembered. Only pop we got out of that night was LA Knight, and hell, the fucking yeeting thing didn't even start when I was there, when I went there. He wasn't in Raw yet. He was still on SmackDown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
couldn't remember what year it
well,
was.
here's some breaking news that just came over the wire. Saints quarterback Derek Carr officially announces his retirement.
That sucks. Sucks for him. I hope you have a, damn, I'm not good.
I'll help you out. I hope Derek Carr the best in whatever he decides to do post football career. It's a good thing that you got out before you really got seriously hurt and couldn't properly walk and do all this other shit. Good on you. I don't care.
Go ahead and raise that. Go raise that beautiful child you just got.
Right. But yeah, it just felt to me that this SmackDown show, it only had like one thing that everybody was really just kind of excited for, and you could feel it in the crowd until the tag team match really woke up everybody, which was great to see. Again, as I said earlier, it was a full circle moment for me to see them win the NXT Tag Team Championships, and then I finally officially get to see them wrestle live at a show. It was great.
Oh yeah, you were talking about Odyssey Jones, right? Earlier about him not
Oh
being there.
yeah, yeah. So I wasted, I probably think like $20 on this goddamn official program, which is basically just a big old book of pictures that you can get autographed and nonsense.
Odyssey Jones is coming back.
Okay. To do what?
Yeah.
Sit in catering with his fat ass?
No, they're actually going to give him a nice little run because the woman that falsely accused him is going to jail.
For falsely accusing somebody of whatever?
Of domestic violence.
Nice.
That's what all fake women should be in prison.
Yeah, any woman that says
he raped me, all this shit, and you lie about it, you should serve prison time. I don't give a fuck where you are.
Yep. 100%.
You know how many careers that fucking women destroyed?
A lot.
I can't think of one. Jonathan Majors. He was a big influence for the MCU to a woman falsely accused him. Now Robert Downey Jr. has to take over that spot now because they couldn't find a replacement.
Right.
That punter from the NFL. What was his name?
Justin Tucker.
No, fuck.
Oh
him.
no, you're talking about the
Matt
Reyes.
Reyes, yeah. Almost got his career destroyed. Fuck Justin Tucker. Fuck him. I'm glad the Ravens got rid of him, even though he's going to go to the Raiders full of fucking criminals. Oh.
But yeah. The show was kind of boring. Not gonna lie. We were everybody in Dayton was there for one thing and one thing only, and that was John Cena.
Damn, I thought it would have been Jacob Fatu.
I was excited to see Jacob. I just didn't get to see him do his top rope moonsault or whatever the fuck you call it. I just call it a whisper in the wind because that's what it looks like. But anyways, let's talk about Backlash.
You know I'm gonna miss it.
Backlash is tonight, streaming live on Peacock at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Pre-show begins at 5 o'clock. So far, these are the matches that have been announced. We've got John Cena and Randy Orton for the undisputed WWE Championship. The Fatal 4-Way match for the United States Championship, Jacob Fatu versus Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest and LA Knight.
Banger.
The Intercontinental Championship match, Dominic Mysterio in his first title defense takes on Penta.
Banger to me.
Women's Intercontinental Championship match, Lyra Valkyria, the champ, will take on Becky Lynch.
I'll think about that.
Pat McAfee versus Gunther.
Oh, that'll be a banger.
So we're going to go through all of these matches, and we're just going to go ahead and give our thoughts and our predictions. We'll start with Pat McAfee versus Gunther.
Okay. I'm excited to see Pat McAfee get in the ring. But I see Gunther just beating the holy shit out of him. I got Gunther to win this one. Gunther. Well, I keep saying Gunther.
Gunther.
Walt.
I think this match is going to really surprise and possibly shock a lot of people. At least that's what I hope would be the case. But I think that people are going to watch this match just to hate watch, and that's really unfortunate because people just don't like Pat McAfee. Wah.
Why? Because you made more money than you fucks. Why?
I mean, listen, ladies and gentlemen, you only have to deal with Pat McAfee for a couple more months. You only have to deal with Pat McAfee for a couple more months. And then the college football season will start, and then he'll be with ESPN, and there you go. You'll be fine for a little bit.
I'd rather have Pat McAfee than Wayne Barrett.
My prediction is Gunter, even though I think let's be honest, Pat McAfee doesn't need this win. Would it be cool to see Pat McAfee win? Yeah, but in the big scheme of things, does it really matter? No.
Not only that, let's have Gunther win this one because he just came off a loss at WrestleMania. Let's just give him a nice little win streak and just see what they could do with him.
Yeah. The next match, I'm just going off of how.
Okay, that's fine.
CBS Sports, USA Today has it listed. The Women's Intercontinental Championship match: Liva Valkyria versus Becky Lynch.
Ooh. Fuck it. Give it to Becky.
Even though I know that's probably what's going to happen.
I'm not trying to be a dick to Lara, whatever her fucking name is. I'm calling her Laura.
Woo! Woo! Woo!
What she has done with that title ever since she won it?
Not really a whole lot.
A lot. So give it to Becky. And fuck, I don't know.
Can't wait to hear Becky Lynch say, "I am the first ever women's Grand Slam champion." Yeah, fuck off. You're just gonna lose it to You're just gonna lose it to a returning Bailey, anyways. Let's be real. So the men's Intercontinental Championship. Thank God my prediction didn't come true of where I thought that we were going to get Dominic Mysterio versus Finn Balor. Instead, we get Dominic Mysterio versus Penta for the Intercontinental Championship. My prediction is I think Dominic retains, but it's not going to be clean.
Why do I have a feeling Finn's going to show up in this match?
I think Finn is going to fuck Dominic.
Fuck, I don't know.
I mean, it could happen.
Yeah, it could happen. Give Dominic a little run with this title.
And then the Fatal 4-Way for the U.S. Championship. I got Jacob retaining, but what I really would love is to see Drew McIntyre win it. I just think it's too early in Jacob Fatu's reign. Let him pin LA Knight or Damian Priest. Just don't let him pin Drew McIntyre. That's all I ask.
Well, it's not gonna hurt LA Knight if he gets pinned here. Damian Priest. Yes. I don't know what they're doing with Damian Priest.
So surprisingly, LA Knight, besides John Cena, got the biggest pop of the night.
He's just something about LA Knight that people really likes.
Every time that he did the LA Knight, yeah, I went LA Knight. No. My thing is I've witnessed LA Knight at his peak. His peak was when he beat Logan Paul for the US title. After that, Nothing.
No,
There's nothing that LA Knight can do right now that can win me back over.
Think about it. The draft's coming up soon. They'll probably put him in Raw. And let's just see what happens with him.
Let's just keep him away from the World Heavyweight title as much as possible, please.
Ashley, yeah, but not Jey Uso as champion.
I just don't see him as world championship material. They had that opportunity. They went with them for the United States Championship, and well, what are you gonna do?
What do you expect? They put him with Shinsuke Nakamura. They put him with.
Oh yeah, that was the dark match. The dark match was Shinsuke and Jimmy Uso.
He had like boring matches with fucking Nakamura. I can't remember who else he defended the title to.
Yeah,
Solo.
I think WWE did Shinsuke so fucking wrong. So fucking wrong. Now he has the opportunity to do the funniest thing ever and go back to New Japan and save New Japan.
To anyone that blames Triple H for Shinsuke, don't fucking dare say that on Twitter.
It's not Triple H's fault. When Shinsuke won the Royal Rumble, same year as Asuka, it was under Vince.
What happened after that? He went down fucking hill.
Yep.
Shut the fuck up, people. I blame Triple H for fucking Nakamura. Shut the fuck up.
Let's be honest with you. Let's be honest, okay? In the States, there are some people that love promos. And Shinsuke couldn't cut a promo because English is not his first language, and I'm not faulting him for that. But that's just the reality of international talent. I mean, look at Julia. Julia speaks broken English, and it showed. Same thing with Stephanie Vaquer, but you know, between Julia and Stephanie Vaquer, there's one thing that Stephanie has that Julia doesn't have: a fat ass. But anyways, oh, they did announce that they're getting new DLC for WWE 2K25 May 14th. You get Stephanie Vaquer and Julia.
Nice.
Can't wait for all the whole Gooner squad to come out once Stephanie gets dropped this coming week. And they'll go, look at this. Look at the Devil's Case on 2K25. Look at this. Oh my god. Her ass is so fine. Oh my god. Can't wait. And then the main event. These are the matches that were announced so far. Only 5 matches.
Not bad.
John Cena versus Randy Orton for the Undisputed Championship. I think John Cena's going to retain. Even though I really want Randy Orton to win, because it's the last time that Randy Orton won a championship against John Cena, it was with the help of Cody Rhodes.
I'm sorry, Randy, but you got to wait next year, brother, for that title. I go John Cena. Damn, no Punk in this card? This sucks.
Yeah, it's because he just came back on fucking Raw. Literally just came back this past Monday. Gotta be honest with you, I'm not as excited as I was when I saw CM Punk, because I thought WWE was gonna do the unthinkable and have Seth win. Boy, was I wrong.
But at least Jey Uso's match is at a Saturday night main event. Him and Logan Paul.
Yippee. Is that the next one after this one?
I think it is.
Great.
Oh. Speaking of something, remember when I send you a post about a fake AEW banning of Jim Cornette?
Oh, yeah. Is that fake?
It is. And Jim Cornette made a video about it.
Oh. These 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 dickless, spineless pieces of shit. Well, we can play that if you want. I'm just gonna switch my earbuds.
Go right ahead. The Tony Khan drawing just makes me laugh every day. All right, we are going to watch the video about. Oh, we're going to listen to Jim Cornette's thought on this fake AEW press release on banning him. Here we go.
Jim, before we move on and get some classic topics and some questions, I have to ask you only because a ton of listeners have sent it over. Have you seen the phony press release going around, purported to be from AEW, banning you?
Yes. And it's cute, and somebody, mocked it up and everything, and to where it looks like one of their press releases, but a bunch of people, like you said, retweeted it or circulated it or whatever, that they like that it was real and that they were buying it. Oh, what are you going to say about this, Jim? Not in a mocking way. They were on my side. Like, how dare they? But no, it's not. It's not real. And there were certain subtle clues. I don't know if you have the copy in front of you. But there were certain subtle clues that it was a parody.
I have it here, yes.
Well, would you kindly read a few of the first lines to where we can stop when the first potential clue may have come up that all is not as it appeared?
AEW, for internal release only, confidential. Once again, for internal release only, Jacksonville, Florida, April 30th, 2025. All Elite Wrestling has always been about inclusivity, passion, and elevating the art of professional wrestling. Over the years, we have extended 14 cordial invitations.
Okay, stop. Wait a minute. First of all, the way they're starting this, it sounds like a press release from a goddamn, Walmart. And secondly, within the first line, if anybody's bothering to read this, they say we have extended 14 cordial invitations to Jim Cornette over the time period. And that's it. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt, but there was it. That was the first red flag in the first sentence.
Over the years, we've extended 14 cordial invitations to legendary wrestling personality Jim Cornette to attend AEW events, all of which he has publicly declined. While we respect differing opinions, Mr. Cornette's persistent public criticism of AEW, women's wrestling, and wrestlers of smaller stature, combined with his extreme political views expressed on social media and on his podcast, has made it clear that his presence would be disruptive to our community and values. Effective immediately, Jim Cornette is no longer welcome at AEW events.
He is no longer welcome to any place he's never been before.
Let me stop for one moment before I read the rest of it, because someone in the Cult of Cornette commented, they said, how could they ban someone who has no interest in attending? And I'm like, well, they did ban Linda Hogan. Remember that play early on. But let's go back to this. We remain focused on delivering world-class wrestling to our fans. I'm thrilled to announce that our upcoming pay-per-view, Double or Nothing, on May 25th, promises to be possibly the greatest wrestling pay-per-view of all time, in all of history. Adding to the excitement, President Donald Trump will be in attendance, joining fans for what will be an unforgettable night. We can't wait to see you there.
And bingo.
Tony Khan, president of All Elite Wrestling.
There was the second red flag that this was a fucking rib. Number one, that he would actually be there, and number two, that of all people, that he would not be somebody that crowd would ban. But people bought that like it was because it looks nice on the graphic, and it says for official internal use. So that was the same sticker they used to have on the vibrators at Spencer's Gifts for external use only.
What
Again,
the
I
fuck?
think the thing that was a little problematic was how many people seemingly believed it and sent it over like, what are you guys going to say about this?
Yeah. People, they gloss over? They don't read with attention. They just kind of scan for words they like. I don't know.
All right, Aaron. What's your thoughts on this?
Give me like 5 minutes.
All right. My thoughts is probably one of the sickos that did it because they have nothing better to do in their life besides jerking off in their mom's basement, blah blah blah.
What's wrong with jerking off?
Fuck, Aaron, you got a life.
Oh, that's true. True.
But you got your thoughts on this? Oh, Mike.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
What? God, hold on. I gotta.
Are you pissing in a bottle?
No. I turned off. I forgot that I dumped some Mountain Dew down the sink from a can, and it's all over the back of my fucking. It's all over the inside of my sink. So that's probably what you're hearing is my sink, like that. Yeah, that's the sink. My thoughts. My thoughts are this.
Aaron will be here in a minute. Just give him a minute.
Okay. Sorry, my grandma needed me to get her phone. So here's my thought process on this. What dickless retard had enough time to come up with this all on his own and think, you know what? I'm going to put some of the most egregious shit in here to try to make it believable.
Yeah.
Is going to be in attendance.
People like this.
You rapist!
I'm telling you, it's those very, very ridiculous people that have like the most time in the world.
I have so much time in the world. It's not like I'm going to get a girlfriend anytime soon. My name's Wrestling Otaku. That's who did it. That's who did it. The Wrestling Otaku. That's the one who you need to be looking for, Jim.
He's fat!
Oh man.
Was that it?
Yeah, that was the whole video. Yeah,
Oh.
that was the whole clip. It was like a 5-minute clip.
Damn.
And it said like Donald Trump's could be attended to it. And they sent him like so many invites that he declined it. And Jim Cornette kind of shit all over it. Speaking in,
So last week, remember how I kept touting slow news like a couple of weeks ago or something like that? I said
yes,
slow news day, and then like a week later, WWE says slow news day, my ass.
it was the next day,
Yeah, and the next day, oh yeah, that's right, because we recorded, we talked about the releases.
and we told a bunch of
So there were
crybabies.
more. There was another one. WWE
Okay.
informed that Shotzi, her contract was not being renewed. We already knew that.
Mm-hmm.
Bu- 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 Oh, okay. Never mind. I see now. So Hulk Hogan was on the Pat McAfee show this week. I don't know if you know
Oh,
about that.
brother.
Hulk Hogan is a big fan of Benjamin Shelton or Shelton Benjamin, and Shelton responded, said, and I reposted it on X and sent it to you. And he said, "Message to at Hulk Hogan. You lost me forever with your don't get caught, or as you would call it, apology speech. So rather than screw up my name and pretend we ever had any sort of camaraderie, which we never had, please do me a favor and keep my name out your fucking mouth."
Oh shit.
Who would have thought? Um, oh, I forgot to talk about this. I am so sorry. So going back to SmackDown, I was looking at our messages. I mentioned the family four that was sitting next to us in our little row 20.
Mm-hmm.
When it was Nia Jax and Jade Cargill, it was probably the cutest thing I had ever seen. There was a little girl that was sitting next to my uncle, and bro, she wanted her some Jade Cargill and wanted
Oh.
it right now.
Oh.
Yeah, her dad ended up having to take her, I think, probably to the bathroom or something, but I'm pretty sure she just went to the bathroom to cry. Yeah, she really loved herself some Jade Cargill.
Oh.
And then I was sitting there right there cheering right with her.
That's adorable. That's adorable.
Move it! I actually didn't say that. I was trying to behave.
Fuck that bitch.
That's a huge bitch.
Naomi's better.
Damn! Somebody get the fridge out of the ring.
Thanks, Cornette. Now I can't stop calling fucking Nia Jax refrigerator Jax. Fucking asshole.
So, like a day after that, right? A couple of days after that, Javon Evans and Ricochet get into it.
Yes, I want to talk about this. I wanted to talk about this.
I don't have the whole thing, but I have the crackhead comment.
I think this is good. I think I got the whole thing right here. Here you go. I think this is the whole thing.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure because Ricochet goes, brother, I was learning from Shawn Michaels when he was like 12, then went on to become multiple time champion. Let me know you win one, little boy. Then Javon Evans goes, you learned from HBK when I was 12 and became a multi-time champion. Now you're wrestling in front of 2,000 people every week for a crackhead. Talk about an upgrade, am I right?
Well, he also said there at the bottom, sounds like Mr. Khan isn't giving you enough attention, so you had to come for a successful ass youngin. You're giving me the most views on my posts, and I'm finally helping you get the most attention you've had in your career. All love.
Oh my God. Javon.
So I'm just in case you have this on deck. So immediately, like yesterday, I was seeing these reports that WWE is now making talent take media classes, and of course, this was via. I'm not going to say reported by because Sean Ross Sapp came out and said that it wasn't. It's not true. That didn't happen. You guys are misconstruing what I said. Blah blah blah. But yeah, that was the rumor. The rumor mill.
Okay.
That was about
So
it.
so so the rumor is WWE's making their wrestlers
Making their talent take social media training. Which last time I checked, James, last time I checked,
Mm-hmm.
didn't AEW have a disciplinary committee for their social media posts?
Yes, sir.
Is it Brian Danielson a member of one of those disciplinary committee members?
Yes, sir.
So why is Ricochet just allowed to crash out on fans constantly, which, by the way, I'm still liking for my like, bitch. I gave you flowers. Why is Ricochet, Tony Khan, Dax Harwood, and anybody else that crashes out on anybody that is the slightest bit critical of AEW because they see a couple of things that could be done better, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
How are we not? How are we not disciplining them and all that? I mean, maybe they are, and we're just not hearing about it because AEW is starting to get tight-lipped again. Which you know what happens when AEW gets tight-lipped? That means that something big's about to go down.
I can't
I
give
mean,
you an
look at the last time AEW went tight-lipped. CM Punk debuts at Survivor Series. Not saying that that's going to happen again because there's not two CM Punks walking around, but I'm just saying.
I can't really give you a straight answer on these social media things or whatever they do. But Ricochet needs just toning down a little bit.
We get it. You're fucking. Oh, so they're calling Adam Cole, Roderick Strong, and Kyle O'Reilly the Paragon now.
Okay.
Sorry, I went on shopaew.com because I remember they mentioned something.
But
They mentioned something, and I'm trying to look for it, and I can't find it.
Ricochet, just stop.
Ooh, hold on. Amazon might have it.
You,
Because
oh my god, it's just
go ahead.
crazy.
Go ahead. Where else did I find this?
It's just Ricochet attacks people daily. I go through my Twitter, he's attacking someone. AJ France is also another one, but he's from TNA.
That doesn't come out until November 4th.
What is that?
This book is All Elite, the inside story of All Elite Wrestling. Apparently, it's supposed to cover the first 5 years of All Elite Wrestling.
Oh boy.
It says, score a front row seat for this is the description on Amazon. Score a front row seat for the thrilling story of the icons and iconoclasts that revolutionized professional wrestling, packed with exclusive interviews and explosive action shots of your favorite stars. The year is 2019. It is the dawn of All Elite Wrestling. And you know what that means? It means a group of hungry, innovative wrestlers are about to revolutionize wrestling under the visionary eye of Tony Khan. Did Tony Khan send this to fucking Amazon to write or something? It means pulse-pounding, death-defying, high-flying action. It means that the world of the squared circle will never be the same. Jam-packed with dazzling photography and written with exclusive access to the cast and crew of AEW, the definitive history dives deep into the innovative storytelling.
inclusive ethos and passionate fan base, which propelled the company to compete with industry giants.
All right, if they're going to
From
do
the
the book,
triumphant final run, it's almost done. From the triumphant final run of the iconic Sting alongside his firebrand protege Darby Allin to the madcap melee of the first Stadium Stampede to AEW's record-breaking Wembley Stadium debut, the epic moments that define the first 5 years of All Elite Wrestling are all here.
okay, if they're going to make a book, are they going to explain how Cody Rhodes helped them? Or are they going to explain CM Punk in the book?
See, here's the problem, James. I wish I could answer those questions, but I won't get to answer those questions until November 4th of this year.
No, I'm just saying. Are they going to explain Cody Rhodes' tenure there, CM Punk's 10 years, or whatever?
It says that it's supposed to cover the first 5 years.
I bet you Tony Khan has no balls. Because Cody Rhodes and CM Punk has NDAs. Tony Khan has NDAs, so he can't really. I don't think he can mention my name.
I feel like this book is going to exclude that. It is going to exclude that an entire section. I guarantee you.
Because Cody Rhodes, your first 2 years of the company? 3, maybe? Then CM Punk? Even though CM Punk was the reason you guys had money, ratings, and all that shit?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm definitely interested, but I'm not putting a pre-order down right now. I thought that it was going to get released in like a couple of months. Nah, motherfucker, we're in May and you're promoting something that doesn't come out until November 4th. That's crazy.
Does it tell you the price of the book?
$40, $37 on Amazon.
What? How big's this fucking book?
224 pages.
Good God.
Well, if I'm going to be honest with you, if you want to tell the first 5 years of AEW and the best you could do is 224 pages, I'm telling you right now, the only people that they're going to get to talk to discussing the start of AEW is probably Tony, the Young Bucks, and Kenny.
I can see Cody, them motherfuckers.
And you know what? If we're still doing this podcast after that book comes out, I will do a review. I will read it.
We'll still be doing it.
I'll talk about it, and I'll be like, you know what? I'll say if it was an AEW fluff piece, or if it was like, you know what? This gave me everything that I expected and a little bit more. But I'm gonna be honest with you. Any book that is being produced and it says that it is also one of the authors is also All Elite Wrestling, you know it's gonna just be a fluff piece. You're not gonna get the dirt. You're not gonna get anything. This is just for the AEW fan.
They're not gonna get the brawl out. Is it brawl out?
The guy that I think that has the most that I could see possibly doing an AEW book with all the ins and outs and everything else is Guy Evans, but also I'm pretty sure Nitro probably took him a couple of decades to get all these interviews and shit, so could be waiting a while to get an AEW book.
I feel bad for him if he interviews John Moxley.
My thought process on my debut was I just wanted to take AEW by the balls and just not give it back.
What? That'll be my answer. What?
Because here's the thing. This Nitro book. I don't know if you've seen it.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw like a glimpse of it while I was on the phone.
It's a thick ass book. It's 584 pages, but I think like most of the like the last big half of the book is like the what is this fucking called? I'm gonna get mad. Oh, the acknowledgments, and then where the author got all of his research, sources and references. So yeah,
I bet you that Nitro book has more pages. Just saying. I
it
bet you.
does. It does. The
No.
last thing that gets mentioned about WCW in this version that I have, it is 566, and then the rest of the book is
No,
so
I'm
about 19 pages worth of acknowledgement and sources and not nonsense.
I'm talking about like the real ins and outs.
But
Like
but but like I just said, a 560-page book and only like 20 pages of it are like acknowledgments and references. Like that's a pretty good fucking ratio. 224 pages and probably maybe I don't even think I would be surprised if there's 20 pages worth of sources and materials. But like I'm just saying like 20 if there are acknowledgments and the sources and references are more than 20 pages, that's not a great ratio. Let's be real.
but the AEW book probably does not cover everything.
Well, you know, James Tony Khan's not gonna. Tony Khan is not gonna put anything out that makes him look bad. It does all this.
I don't know. I don't know. I just have that feeling someone in that book is gonna like, you know what? Tony Khan's fucking book is shit.
No,
That
I'm telling you right now. After this book comes out, I will probably get on Twitter and go like, I paid $37 of my hard-earned money to just read an AEW fluff piece.
I'm just saying.
Because like, here's the thing, and I'm gonna talk to Guy Evans and see if we can get him on the show once I get these books, so he could, talk about his thought process and all of that shit. But like with this Nitro book, it right now where I'm in 1997 on Peacock and in the book. Just for reference, my next pay-per-view, which is next week, is Slamboree 1997.
Hey, Roddy Piper, Kevin Green, and Ric Flair tag team match, right? Is that the pay per view?
Yep, that's the one. Not really excited for it. But no, there's a fucking promo. There's a fucking promo from Roddy Piper that made me laugh so hard. It's him, Kevin Green, and Ric Flair and Gene Okerlund in the ring, and they're doing a promo. Roddy Piper is going off on the NWO. And then he gets to Eric Bischoff and he goes, I'm too sexy for Dennis Rodman, too sexy for Pee Wee Herman. And bro, I don't know what the fuck Piper was on in 1997, but please give me some of that.
Cocaine.
I don't know.
Lots and lots of cocaine.
I am not going to speak ill of the dead. So
He was a cokehead. It's in like every fucking wrestling books. Did a lot of coke. That's why he's always fidgeting and shit when he talked.
makes sense.
And that explains when he got older, he had paranoia and shit.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to the Nitro book. It gives the good, like the good and the bad. Like I just got through a little bit of a section about Ted Turner.
A water bill.
What?
Old Tan Turd.
Well, why am I getting a water bill for?
You said bring bills up here. Me and you are gonna split the bills. In case I just thought to forget.
Oh, okay. Anyways, with the Nitro book, gives it gives the good of WCW, which I'm on the rise, and where they've kind of just taken over, and then of course it has to go through the downfall. But like there was one person, there was a Turner executive that just said, at the end of the day, WCW was destined to fail because nobody in Turner Sports wanted it around.
Mm-hmm.
So there is somebody, and I will not be surprised if this comes out later when it's all said and done and AEW's no more, which would be unfortunate. But I would not be surprised if it came out later that there were executives at Warner Brothers Discovery that just didn't want AEW around, but there's that one person that's just like, no, fuck it, keeping them around.
I don't give a fuck they don't hit 1 million views. Just keep them around.
Fuck it, keep it around. It's like our highest rated thing on the network because nobody else is going to watch Ghost Adventures.
Or practical jokers. Come on. Well,
Or anything, or any rerun that we put on the Discovery Channel. Hey, Warner Brothers Discovery, if you're listening, put on old episodes of American Chopper. You won't do it.
speaking of them, are the father and the son talking again?
I don't know.
I might have to read up on that after this.
I don't know. I don't really follow on the Tuttles. After the show went off air, I just stopped caring.
No, I just remember that show ended where they did not come in terms together.
Hold on. I might do some research here.
Because I know Junior has his own shop. And the last time I read about Senior, they went back to the old shop. And the last thing I saw those two, they were in that bike building challenge when Jesse James won it.
Isn't that Sandra Bullock's ex-husband?
Yeah.
So it looks like when was this posted? Hold on, I'm trying to figure this
I
out.
would love to watch reruns of American Chopper.
All right, fine. Fuck you. Fucking whatever. But by the looks of it, on Paul Tuttle Sr.'s Instagram, it looks like he is back at the shop. Don't know what his kid's doing. Don't know what
Mikey or Junior's doing.
Yeah.
I always forget Mikey's a fucking Tuttle. I always forget that he's a fucking Tuttle.
Mikey was the perfect example of a nerd.
Yeah, it was just they hire some random nerd in the shop. Then
Nope, that's my brother.
Then he goes, "Yeah, my dad." I said, "Oh, who's your dad?" Paul Singer. Oh, fuck. Where did you get your looks? Because Junior Singer look alike.
Yep.
I think you got your look from your mother.
Different moms.
Was it different moms?
Probably. I'm not gonna.
My shit. I liked Mikey. So he got all depressed and shit almost at the end there.
Hold on. I'm about to look. Paul. I don't even know how to fucking spell their name. I'm just gonna spell it wrong.
Tuettle.
All right.
Only reason I watched the show because I love Junior Singer fucking arguing all the time. That was That was the cool thing on the fucking shows them to fucking fighting.
So Paul Tuttle Jr. has his own design thing. It's
Yep. Should be Paul Jr.'s design, isn't it? PJD.
yeah. I guess he's got his own podcast too,
Oh wow. Okay.
or something. He's doing some kind of fucking podcast, is what I'm fucking
What?
seeing here.
Oh boy, nothing like
My
hearing them.
God, are you really gonna have me download Instagram? Fuck off. Just to find out what one goddamn human is doing. Hold on, let me see his goddamn. Is that fucking Mikey?
Yeah, he lost a lot of weight.
Oh, I hope that's not Mikey. That's a lot of weight.
I'll look him up.
I don't know because I gotta fucking re-download goddamn Instagram and go put more of a digital footprint. All right, hold on. I'll find this out. I got you.
Yeah,
Open in Instagram. Thank you.
He lost a lot of weight.
21 hours ago, just filmed another podcast with my favorite guest star. It is Mikey. Holy shit, he has lost a lot of weight.
Mm-hmm. He had health problems during the show. Yeah, he's not the fat loving guy anymore. Fucking, you're fucking shocked, aren't you?
I am getting shocked.
What is their podcast called? Wow, he lost a lot of weight. Oh, we lost Alan. Oh no, he'll come back. Here, I'll go through his Instagram. Fuck it. We'll see. See his podcast. Between the Lines. The hell is this podcast about? Does it have a description? Of course, you can't connect right now. Let's go to Spotify. They don't have the description. Someone's mowing outside. Huh. That's cool. Between the Lines podcast. Yeah, holy shit, he lost a lot of weight. Well, we'll get Aaron back here. Just hold on, guys. Hold up. Just hold out. Fucking lost Aaron here. There he is.
Sorry, Instagram decided it wanted to call me fat for 20 fucking minutes. So, So yeah, he does have a podcast. It's called the Paul Jr. Podcast. You can find it on his YouTube channel.
And Mikey does have a podcast. It's called Between the Lines podcast with him and a guy named Al.
Yeah, he's had a couple of episodes with Mikey actually.
Oh wow.
Yes, sir. None with his dad. None with his dad.
It'll be fucking arguments. That'll be entertaining.
No, listen here, man. When we were doing the fucking bikes, you were the one that was just constantly spending the money and doing all these gay-ass designs. I mean, Jesus Christ. The Statue of Liberty on a motorcycle, Paul? Come on.
That was really close. You almost had that. You were a little close to the voice. Now, God damn it.
Hold on. This is him talking to the cameras. You know, that goddamn no good son of mine, he's constantly spending money. I'm in the red. I don't even know if we're gonna be able to get this bike done by the deadline.
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna suck.
They always had that part. Oh, we're very close to the deadline. We don't know if we're gonna make it on time. Or they're at the event with the bike and the bike don't fucking start. Shit. We don't know what's wrong. We don't know what's wrong with the bike.
We have no idea what's wrong with the bike. We're actually kind of freaking out a little bit, as you can see over my shoulder. Everybody is running around like chickens with their heads cut off. I'm actually kind of embarrassed a little bit. This is all my son's fault.
I love that show and what's that
West
show?
Coast Choppers.
I kind of miss Jesse James a little bit.
Yeah. Okay.
He actually makes it
Monster Garage? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, he had that and his own bike shop show.
Yeah,
For
West
a-
Coast Choppers.
Yeah, he had that show for a little bit. He makes his bike from scratch, like the whole frames and all that shit. He does it with the old school machines. And what's the fuck's the gas monkey called? Fast and Loud.
Mm.
But I stopped watching when Aaron was on that show. He left.
Was that the
bearded-
guy that looked like Timu CM Punk a little bit?
No, he has a very long beard. He had a very long beard. CM Punk. Oh, I might have to think about that real quick. Let me look that up.
Yeah, go look at him. Timu CM Punk.
Museum.
Don't actually look up Timu CM Punk. Just look up the dude from Gas Monkey Garage.
It's fucking Aaron Rollins, I think is his name. Aaron.
Come on, Roku.
Rollins.
There you go. Nah, the survival shows are always my shit. Survivor Man versus Wild.
Let's do this. Fast and Loud.
Not really a big fan of. That's so fucking funny.
No, Richard Rollins. Richard Rollins, that
No.
main guy.
No.
Aaron Kaufman, that's his name. No, he does not look like CM Punk.
So 3 days ago, of course, everybody's got a goddamn podcast. Ben Roethlisberger has one. He had Will Howard and Jack Sawyer on his podcast. But it's
Urban
funny.
Urban Myers has a podcast.
Yeah, it's called Triple Option. I listen to it every week.
I swear to God, you said Will Howard there for a minute. Oh,
No, I did. I said Big Ben had Will Howard and Jack Sawyer on his podcast.
Welcome back to football with Ben Roethlisberger. I am Ben Roethlisberger.
I don't really give a fuck.
Big Ben's tugging on Howard's cock. So Mike Tomlin, hey, Mike, look, this is your quarterback for the future because he's white.
Remember what you used to do with a white quarterback?
We went
Do
Super
it
Bowl.
again. You can do it again.
Kenny Pickett didn't count. So fuck all y'all. He just has small hands. What's your thoughts on Sanders dropping all the way down to the 6th round or 5th round?
I'm not going to let you slide with that didn't count because the Steelers drafted Kenny Pickett. That still happened, so it counts. Just like I have to hold the Bengals accountable for drafting Andy Dalton, Steelers fans, you have to hold the Steelers accountable for drafting Kenny Pickett.
What are you talking about? At least Andy Dalton had a good career with the Bengals. He didn't have small hands. He had AJ Green. He had AJ Green. He had I can remember the other fucking wide receiver he had. Fucking
That is so crazy. That is so fucking crazy. After not seeing somebody for damn near 2 decades and you see him for the first time and they fucking lost a lot of weight, that's crazy.
I think he had a health problem during the show. He was starting to lose weight during the show, like almost the end of it. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I swore to God he had a health issue.
He might have. I have no idea.
He was really huge.
Yeah, he was.
Show.
He was big.
He was big. And then you got Junior Singer fighting over fucking budget and shit. God damn it, Junior! I told you to quit fucking buying shit.
We already had some of these A-frames, and you decided that you just wanted to buy more of these fucking A-frames with money I can't afford to lose.
Jesus
Hey, you want to make this goddamn bike for the United States Air Force, and your design looks like ass. Mine actually looks like something that would come out of the military, for fuck's sake.
Hey, some of those designs they did, they were really badass.
You know, Paulie, the next bike we're going to be doing is the Comanche bike. Do you know what a Comanche is? No, of course not, because you're too fucking young and you got your head up your fucking ass.
What was the Comanche bike? What was
the Comanche
that bike?
was the all-black bike that was
I'm picturing it.
modeled off of the Comanche helicopter.
Oh, yes, okay.
Yes.
Of course,
And then the jet bike. Then the jet bike was exactly what you
like
thought
a jet.
it would be. The jet.
Like a jet.
My favorite one was the one that they made for the firefighters.
Oh yeah, the
in
9 with
New
the
York.
piece of the
the 911
bolt,
bike. Yeah.
the 911 bolt on it. I like the Black
My-
Widow.
Yeah, that one was my favorite one. I actually got to see that one on display at the Springfield Mall when they had a couple of their bikes on display there.
I seen that bike, and one of their bikes was at Air Force Museum. I think it was the God damn it! What was that fucking bike? Pretty sure it was the jet bike.
I wish I could tell you.
I could remember. I could have fucking remembered. They made a DeWalt bike for the DeWalt tool company. That was really cool. Did they made a bike for iRobot? Remember that movie?
I think they made a bike for the New York Jets too.
No, it was the Yankees. The Yankees. They did the Yankees. I remember the Yankees. Yes, it was the New York Yankees bike. Because they brought in Junior's mom, and she couldn't pronounce Jorge Posada's name right. She kept calling him George. I remember that fucking episode. Maybe they did the Jets bike, but I remember the fucking Yankees bike.
James is like, I remember when a white woman is being racist.
Jorge Posada's white. He's Cuban American. Hey, motherfucker, I don't give a fuck what it is. It spells George, but with a J.
All right, so we've got. Oh, apparently they had a revival back in 2019.
Yeah, it didn't last long
Yeah, it only lasted like 8 episodes. Okay, so we've
because
got.
of Paul Jr.'s drama. That's the infamous when he threw the chair at his dad.
Was that really?
Yep.
That was the revival episode was when that
Mm.
happened?
Yep. That was
I thought that happened earlier.
No, that was during the infamous episode where he picked. Well, Singer, to me, the Singer's fault. He kept tagging it and agging it on. Junior understood what he was saying about that one bike they were building. The way that Junior design was, it wasn't going to fucking work. And I agree with Junior for once. It was not going to fucking work. And Singer kept yelling and yelling, and just Junior just picked up the chair and just fucking chucked it at him just to get him to shut up. And Singer fired his ass.
Mm. You're done. You're out of here. You're fired.
And
okay, so here's the list. I have the definitive list.
All right, let's.
So we got the Black Widow, the
My
race
favorite.
car bike.
Race car bike.
Yeah, the fire bike, which was for the 343 New York firefighters that died on 9/11.
Rest in peace.
The old school chopper, the Comanche, Mikey's blues bike, which was a blues themed motorcycle.
I loved it.
The tool bike, the POW.
That was trash. I love that one.
MIA bike. That one was a good one.
That was
and I was right. The New York Jets bike.
I'll remember that episode then. Because the Jets were relevant.
I'm pretty sure this is the Jay Leno bike, right? The Liberty bike, which was obviously
the Statue of Liberty.
The Dixie Chopper. Can't do that today. Oh yeah, they did do the iRobot. They did one for Lance Storm, a police bike, the Carol Shelby bike. Good grief. Ew, a Caterpillar bike? Good God.
The equipment company.
Oh, okay. Okay, you were right on the Yankees. The Space Shuttle tributes.
I had never seen that one.
They went on vacation to Europe. Fantasy bike.
I don't remember half these
Vintage
bikes.
Project. Billy Joel's bike.
I love that bike.
The Wendy's bike. That's exactly the restaurant. Wendy's.
I don't remember half these fucking bikes.
Yeah, these were like in later seasons, from what I'm understanding. This was season 3 in like 2005, 2006.
Okay, I might have to find something. I think American Chopper's on HBO Max.
I don't know. I just only remember the.
Don't fuck off, Righteous Jim.
Oh, they did a Michigan bike for the University of My Name is Earl.
Really?
Yeah, Gander Mountain. Oh yeah, that's right. They revealed the Michigan bike at the Michigan-Ohio State football game.
Oh shit! You can watch American Choppers on Max, all 12 seasons.
That's cool. I'm not really interested.
I'm gonna. You said season 3. Let's see. See, I don't remember these bikes. Okay. Let me see if the Fallout was on one of these. No, it had a bit on the Revival show. Jesse James Outlaw Garage. One season only has 5 episodes.
I do remember Outlaw Garage. That's funny. Well, let's talk about what's he doing these days.
Straight Outlaws. Yes, I could watch all 14 seasons. Oh, I can't watch the first season. Why the fuck not? That's retarded. It only gives me season 2 all the way to 15. Did someone on that season got in trouble or some shit? They can't show it? I don't know. God, first season of episode 1 was Black Widow, 2003. And the last episode they did was 2020. Junior asked his dad to build one last bike together before the old chopper buildings tore down. What are you looking up, Aaron? What are you looking up?
I'm just trying to see what the fuck Paul Sr.'s been doing.
Probably working out.
Okay. So Paul Sr. is maintaining a YouTube presence and is still building custom bikes. I guess that he was getting ready to work with Jesse James on his YouTube comeback, blah, blah, blah. The nucleus of Outlaw TV has to be the work, eliminating the middleman of networks and network type people, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Okay, whatever. Okay, that didn't give me any of the information. This is why I hate trying to research shit, because it never gives me the information I need. But we're basically just talking semantics here. We're just talking about American shoppers, blah, blah, blah. I'm ready to get this podcast done and over with. I don't know about you, but I'd like to enjoy the rest of my day before backlash.
I know. I got one more thing. It's a quick one. Did you hear what Mike Bailey says about pronouns?
I literally woke up to that, and quite frankly, I don't care about Mike Bailey and his pronouns.
I'm just saying the guy that
if you got a dick and balls, you're a he. If you got a vagina and ovaries, you're a she. There's no. I want to have tits and a dick. There's none of that. That's called an abomination. Sorry. That's just people doing God. That's just people playing God at this point, and that's not a. Don't know if you've read the Bible, James, but people that imitate God often die of shitty ways. Basically, is what I'm trying to say.
I'd rather die in a shitty way.
Damn, you're gonna die in that dairy cooler.
The fuck I ain't. I'm blowing that fucker up. It's coming with me.
It's easy to do. Just fucking find something to block that vent.
Nah, I could fuck with the ventilation system. That's all I gotta do.
That's what I was saying. You can fuck with the ventilation system.
Don't block the fan. I'm fucking with the wiring.
Damn.
Nah, just my buddy quoted it saying this generation is so fucking cooked.
Yeah.
See, that's why I told you that there's something wrong with that spitball Hong Kong Billy.
Spitball Mike Bailey. That's crazy.
I told you there was something wrong with
He
him.
said all the pronouns. I
Oh, good.
identify with them. A toaster, you got it.
I don't know what he said. I didn't really watch the video.
I just watched like the first 5 seconds of RJ sit going. You have preferred pronouns. You like to be called he, and then Mike Bailey goes, "Well, yeah, I like to be called like he or they," and I was like, "Okay, no more are you."
So, Spitball Mike Bailey.
Comes out as gay. Actually, hold on. Let me redo that.
Yeah, please
Speedball
do.
Mike Bailey. Speedball Mike Bailey comes out as retarded.
There you go.
All right, James, do you have an album of the week?
Good, great, grand, wonderful.
Great, wonderful.
Actually, I do. I have to get it up real quick. I had it set in my phone.
I
Take it
might
off
have one. Ooh, I got one. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? You get to see it here live. My album of the week is fucking Christ. Motley Crue. Shout out the devil. This is about to go on my record player after we're done playing. People have been recording, but that's mine. While James is still, as you can tell, kind of black cover. It's got the pentagram dead in the center. You just can't fucking see it. Sorry. You guys aren't that cool. But the cool thing is this. Let me show y'all this. The gatefold is of all the boys. But the most impressive thing, the inner sleeve. Boom. How about that? Pentagram, bitch. And I forget some of the cool shit that I had. Good grief.
I got it.
When I get to the bottom, I go back to the top of the stack. All
right. Mine is, let me rub my eye real quick. Pantera Vulgar Display of Power, 1992.
That's a good one.
I was going to pick one of the Ghost albums, like, nah, I'm going to go a little old. Let's go somewhere else.
That's a good one.
I gotta be honest with you, I actually enjoy his new album.
Who?
Ghost. I kind of enjoy that new album. Maybe it's just me.
I literally have to give it a proper sit down and listen.
Vulgar Display of Power. If you guys don't know what that album is, it's probably Pantera's best album. It has Walk, Fucking Hostile, and Mouth for War.
Hell yeah.
I was going to pick Far Beyond Driven, but I was like, nah.
Isn't that the one that has Domination on it?
That is. That's Cowboys from Hell.
Ah, damn.
Cowboys from Hell.
My favorite Pantera song.
Reason I didn't pick Far Beyond Driven because it has that fucking I'm Broken song on it.
I'm broken.
I love the song, but goddamn. Also has Becoming and 5 Minutes Alone on that album song.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Cowboys of Hell from Hell. Cowboys from Hell, Cemetery Gates, Domination. That's about it. And this is shit, they have their demos and shit. Oh, this is the deluxe edition. I might have to listen to this one. Because it has live songs on here. Oh, I can hear Domination live from Moscow.
Yes, sir.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Well, while James is over there fanboying over
I'm broken!
This has been the Savage Wrestling Podcast. I'm Aaron Baker, and you're not. Corn sucks. You're just going to have to deal with it. doing some of, and Ricochet is doing some of his best work, and there's no debate.
I'm teasing Aaron. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm James.
Oh no,
Bye-bye.
I figured you would have just ended it at that point. But yeah, bye.
I forgot.